From one Blue Jays way in Toronto, welcome to Rogers Center, Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Toronto Blue Jays. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. And today's starter, Max Scherzer. Chris, what are you looking for from him?
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
Stays alive.
Slider. Low inside.
The 0-2. Battling here as he fouls it away.
Four-seam fastball. Low inside.
And down on strikes. And there's one down. Time to check out the Dodgers lineup. This is a veteran-led lineup right here. A lot of players with plenty of experience, Singy.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Boog. These players have been around the game for a long time, and they may not have the flash that they once did, but they've got the wisdom to be able to understand different situations, be able to think with the opponent and sometimes in front of the opponent. And you always seem to see a team like this. They come to the ballpark, they know how to get down to business, and they understand what the job is at hand.
And at first, Teoscar Hernandez steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
Curveball. Low middle.
Comes up empty.
Four-seam fastball. Middle inside.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
You could see he was trying to stay back long enough to handle the off-speed pitch, but just a little tardy on the fastball.
That was pretty nasty. Next to the dish is Freddie.
Inside. Slider.
Rojas
Middle
off
inside.
of first with 2 away. And another ball.
Four-seam fastball. High outside.
There's the strike.
Four-seam fastball. Low outside.
And a foul ball.
Curveball. Low inside.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming.
Circle change. Low outside. Curveball. Low middle.
That one missed.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count.
Four-seam fastball. Middle outside.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
Four-seam fastball. High outside.
Payoff pitch. That one the other way, and it stays fair. Lead runner around second. And a double puts runners at second and third with 2 out.
But when you see that many pitches in an at-bat, your chances of succeeding go up, and right there we see the result.
Now a chance for Andy Pajes. That one close, ruled a ball. Ball 1.
Middle outside.
There's a strike.
Slider. Middle outside.
Swing and a miss as he was out front that time.
Low outside.
In the dirt, kicks away from the catcher. Nothing happening on the bases, though.
Slider. Low outside.
2 on, 2 outs. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Huge strikeout there.
Well, this guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
We go to the bottom of the first. Now the starting pitcher in this one, number 70. What should we keep an eye on here? And the batter is George Springer.
Number 4, George Springer.
This one belted deep left field, on its way, gone. He'll take a trot around the bases. The Blue Jays on the board first. It's 1-0.
They wasted no time in that at bat, swinging at the first pitch, and he punished it. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
So up next for Toronto, Nathan Lucas.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
Next offering is fouled back.
The real threats are coming up. Already given up a home run in this inning. He's going to really have to bear down.
Pitch misses there, and a count 1-2. Base knock center field.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. You'll often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive into center field.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. That one finds the zone. That's strike 1. The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. Ball outside. Throw, save. That's a stolen base.
Well, we all know this team is struggling right now, and sometimes you just got to do something different to generate some offense. A little more aggressive right there to put the pressure on the opponent. We'll see if it pays off on the scoreboard for this team.
Man at second. Strike 2. And that's outside.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. This is a veteran-led lineup right here. A lot of players with plenty of experience, Chris.
Yeah, Boo. They understand various situations and think ahead of the opponent. Teams like this know how to get down to business and focus on the task at hand.
So now, with 1 away and a man at second, Addison Barger next up for the Blue Jays. There's a strike. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
He has a tendency to chase out of the zone, and that slider that's down, that's one of his money pitches to get that swing and miss.
Ground ball up the middle. Dives, and he can't hang on. He decides to hold on to it, and that leaves him with runners at first and third after a tricky play.
Really protected with 2 strikes right there. Pitch wasn't even close, but man, he got the barrel to it somehow. Nice job of bad ball hitting.
Digging in, Kazuma Okamoto.
At this point, the clean inning is over. Got to settle in, focus on the hitter, and get out of it with minimal damage.
2 on, 1 out. Puts a bunt down. Tries the bare hit, and it gets by him. Runner from third comes across, and they lead by 2.
Well, that wasn't a suicide squeeze, meaning the runner from third wasn't running towards home on the pitch, but he did a great job of reading the ball, going down off the bat, and that allowed him to hustle home. Perfect execution of the safety squeeze.
Dalton Varsho in the box here lets that one go for a ball. Here's the pitch. It's a double steal. That's in for a strike. Transfer bobbled, and there's no throw. Still only 1 out here in the inning. Puts a bunt down. The flip. Run scores, but a terrific play to get the out.
Well, the safety squeeze can be tough to defend, especially with a good runner at third. You can't risk trying to be overly aggressive and make a play at the plate and give up that easy out at first.
Puts a bunt down. Flips it. Nicely done for the out. So they get 3 runs on 4 hits. 1 was the solo homer. We move to the second in Toronto. It's the Blue Jays 3 and the Dodgers nothing. Back now in Toronto. Top of the second.
They're off to a great start. 3-run lead after their first inning, but so important to be airtight defensively. Don't give away extra outs and allow that other club to get back in this ballgame.
Slider, low outside.
Swings through it for the K. And that's 4 strikeouts.
And he'll be beating himself up on the way back to the dugout. Got a pitch to hit and just couldn't get to it. I think that slider really caught way more of the plate than it was supposed to.
Santiago Espinal, the next to hit, takes ball 1. And an ABS challenge coming from behind the dish. Not far out of the zone, but it was a ball. Still 1 challenge left for them.
4-seam fastball, high outside.
On the ground, right side, and foul
Circle
ball.
change, low middle. Four-seam fastball, middle inside.
Got him. 2 down.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of the zone right there. I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
Dalton rushing. Stands in now and watches strike 1. That's in there.
Quickly into an 0-2 count. Both pitches were down in the zone. I think you set your sights a little bit higher because you'll have a tendency to chase.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. And he strikes out the side here in the second. Dodgers go down quietly. They trail it here 3-0. Back here at Rogers Center. And now for the Jays, Andres Jimenez. Gets him to chase after that one. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and now 1 away.
Well, that pitch wasn't even close to being a strike, and that just goes to show you how defensive hitters can become when they're up against an 0-2 count. You're just hoping for a mistake somewhere near the zone that you can get the bat to, but right there, he was clearly anxious. He was swinging when the ball left the hand.
Brandon Valenzuela, batting with 1 down, takes a strike. Liner caught it second. Back to the leadoff spot in the Blue Jays lineup, and it'll be George Springer to step to the plate.
Coming off an absolute bomb in his last at bat.
Foul ball. Hit hard on the ground to short. Fires over to first. That takes care of Springer. And that is that. Down in order go the Blue Jays. But they're on top by a count of 3-0. On to the third inning. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Alex Freeland. Right through there for a strike.
Well, the key to his success is getting ahead early in the count. He cannot afford to go deep in the counts. Doesn't have a ton of swing and miss stuff, so he's going to have to work efficiently.
Curveball. Low inside.
Here's the 0-2. And that one hit to first. He'll do it himself. Leadoff hitter gone in the third. Back to the top of the Dodgers order. Shohei Ohtani will hit next.
Now, this guy is just filling up the strike zone right now. Don't want to get yourself in an 0-2 hole. You better be ready to pull the trigger on the first pitch.
Circle change. Low outside.
The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Picks up strikeout number 7.
Quite the start to this game on the mound. Looking very dangerous to these hitters. 7 punch-outs already. So this lineup hasn't had much success trying to figure him out. I'm impressed with what we're seeing here.
To the right side, and it finds its way through for a hit. And with the inning still alive, here comes the heart of the order.
Just a simple ground ball the other way. They've had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
And that'll do it. One left for LA. They trail in this one 3-0. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now for the Jays, Nathan Lucas. In the air to left center, Pajes on the move, makes the grab after a long run. One pitch and one out. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Struck out swinging his first time. This one in the air, right field. Nice grab on the run. And there's 2 away.
Up next for the Blue Jays.
Now the Toronto 4-hole hitter, Addison Barger, reached on an infield single his first time. Two down, nobody on. That one at the knees for a strike. Foul ball, still 0-2. Ball one there. Swing and a slow roller. Throw on to Freeman. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. It's the Blue Jays 3 and the Dodgers nothing. As we go to the top of the 4th, now it's the Dodger cleanup hitter, Freddie Freeman. That's in there. That's strike 1.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
The 0-2. Gets a piece and stays alive.
Circle change. Low middle.
Fights it off. He'll see another.
4-seam fastball. High outside.
Sets him down on strikes. Strikeout number 8.
Well, he's on a great run of strikeouts and showing excellent control and command, not walking opposing batters. You know, this offense, they've got to find a way to break his rhythm. Put the bat on the ball, maybe try to bunt for a base hit, get him off the mound, moving around, step out, something to interrupt his timing because he's coming right after these guys.
That one fouled off.
4-seam fastball. High inside.
0-2 now. stays alive.
Four-seam fastball. High outside.
And that one hammered. Could be extra bases. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. And that's a double.
Really nice job, a two-strike hitting in that at-bat. This was a really nice swing. Didn't quite get enough behind it to get it out of here, but once it got over his head in left field, it was... extra bases all the way.
Stepping in, Alex Call. Swing and a ball driven pretty well out towards left center. Catches, stumbles, hangs on. Here comes Paez around third. The tag, and he's safe. And now just a two-run deficit.
For the Dodgers, third baseman, Santiago Espinal.
So no one on after the sac fly. Santiago Espinal steps to the plate for the Dodgers. This one in the air right field. And that'll fall for a base hit. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate. Dalton rushing, the next to hit. Way inside.
Slider. Middle outside. Slider. Middle inside.
Up the middle, and it finds its way through for a hit. So that's two straight two-out hits. So digging in, Alex Freeland. Up the middle, and he knocks it down. He decides to eat it, and the bases are now loaded. Very big at bat coming up as Shohei Ohtani steps into the box. Traffic on the bases with one already in at top half of inning number 4. And ball 1.
0-2 count. You've got the opportunity to expand the zone. Could get the chase there. Let's see what he comes back with next.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. That's too low. Ball 2.
That's a really good take.
Four-seam fastball.
Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Way back there. That one is foul, and he'll see another. Swing and a ball driven out to center. That one carrying. On the warning track, and hauls it in. So they get one, but end up leaving the bases loaded. To the bottom of inning number 4 now. It's the Blue Jays 3 and the Dodgers 1. Back now in Toronto. And now for the Jays, Kazuma Okamoto. Foul ball there. Strike on the inside corner. 0-2. Next offering popped in the air, right field. Takes it in for the out. And now it's Dalton Varsho. Foul ball. The 0-1. Right through there for a strike. Got him swinging for the strikeout. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
Wow, just great bite to that slider. Broke hard out of the zone, and he just couldn't hold up the swing. You know, as a hitter, that pitch is really hard to take, and There's just not much you can do with it. You know that, but you don't want to get rung up by the umpire.
Chopped out towards short. Rojas whips it to first on the run. What a play. Inning over. 1-2-3 go the Blue Jays as the lead remains 3-1. Ready now for the fifth inning. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Miguel Rojas. On the ground, Jimenez sends it to first. One pitch and one out. Here's Teoscar Hernandez.
High outside.
Well, I think that pitch surprised all of us. Right down the middle, doesn't get a swing. Not very often you see a hitter lay off a cookie like that.
That catches the corner.
All right, now, he may have not liked either of those first two pitches or agreed with the umpire's calls, but at this point, he's going to have to bear down and be ready to hit anything close to the zone.
Mad Max notches the K. Here is Freddie Freeman.
Low middle.
Hammered down the right side, but foul.
Curveball. Low inside.
2 down, nobody on. And a big swing and a miss.
Circle change. Low outside.
That missed by a lot. Ball 1.
Slider. Low inside.
Inside, just missed.
That's a really good take right there.
High
Slider
inside.
down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
That misses the zone. Full count now.
Four-seam fastball. Middle outside.
In the air out towards right center. Varsho gets under it. And that is that. Dodgers down in order. Score holds. It's 3-1. Back now to start the bottom of the fifth and taking over on the mound, number 78.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
That one fouled off. The 0-1. Right through there for a strike. Activity in the bullpen for the Dodgers. Lake Trinan, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Flares it into the outfield. Hauls it in. One away. Here's the Toronto catcher, Brandon Valenzuela. 0 for 1 so far. And a swing and a miss. Oh. That one ripped right center field. Way back there, it's got a chance. And that one is out of here. He flexes his power with that swing. And they add a run. It's 4-1.
Look, I wasn't sure he hit that one as hard as he needed to get it out of here, but it had just enough behind it for the homer. What an attempt at the wall, though. He really gave a terrific effort to try and bring that one back.
Back to the top of the order now. Now it's the DH, George Springer. He's already homered in this game. One out, base is empty, and a run in. Last half of inning number 5. Drilled out towards left center field. That one back there. Out of here. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. his second home run of the game, and they boost their lead. It's 5-1.
Back-to-back jacks, and this club is fired up right now, Boog. I mean, this is the kind of thing where you really start to notice hitters in a lineup feeding off each other, and the collective confidence just continues to grow.
Next to hit, Nathan Lucas. Lucas, 31 years old, and he was drafted in the 7th round back in 2015. Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike. Out to short, Rojas. To first, and he's out. Two down, base is empty. Vladdy Jr. stepping to the dish now. And it's fouled away. That clips a corner. Hit on the ground to the right side, and it goes just foul. Got him. Inning over. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now a 5-1 ball game. Welcome back as we look at the highlights from today's game so far.
I ain't trying to do too much. I'm trying to stay tapped in, yeah. Chasing you up, I don't need distractions, yeah. Connected, I'm obsessed with manifesting. The guest list, I'm only worried about my checklist. Probably spend 6 on my family's expenses. Money made the memory, so I do not regret. Feeling like I'm God's best investment. I don't got no time to pass it. Paris Fashion Week, they asking me if we can who the best is. What's the metric? Yes, it's me. Going crazy on the daily. I don't see a reason why I should stop now.
Now here is Andy Pajes.
Center fielder Andy Pajes.
Out of the bullpen for the Jays, Braden Fisher.
Four-seam fastball. Low inside.
Liner caught at second. 1 pitch and 1 out. Now it's the right fielder, Alex Call. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1. So the Dodgers are going to have to try and come from behind and try and get that offense going.
Overhand curve. Low outside.
Goes down looking. Call. Thought that one missed, and here comes a challenge.
Well, I'd say that was a really nice pitch right there, and if it weren't for the call, you could say it was a great take too. I mean, it's close enough to where you probably need to protect, but it looked to end up just off the corner.
That misses. Ball 2.
Slider. Low inside.
Left field. And that's a fair ball. Man at first with 1 gone. Santiago Espinal digs in now. That's outside. And that's ball 1.
Cutter. Middle inside.
Runner on the go. Pitch in for a strike. Safe at second with a stolen base.
Overhand curve. Low inside.
That's a bullet, but it goes foul.
Slider. Low outside.
Just off the outside corner. And the count is 2-2.
Low
1 out,
outside.
and the runner at second. And we're in the top half of the 6th. In the dirt, blocked.
Slider. Low outside.
And ball 4, 2 aboard. Now,
Four-seam
Dalton
fastball.
rushing.
Low outside.
So important to get ahead of these hitters. You don't want to issue a free pass and allow that tying run to come to the plate. Always want to keep that other team in a position where if they're going to beat you, they're going to have to do it with multiple hits.
Overhand curve. Low outside.
2 on, 1 out. That one in the dirt and gets away to third, and he's out easily.
Well, you want to see guys aggressive out there on the base paths, but you also want to see them smart as well in making their decisions. And right there, couldn't really tell how far away that ball was. So if that's the case, you got to shut.
Now a rocket to right center, way back there, and forget it. It's out of here. A two-run shot, and they close the gap. It's 5-3.
Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spent on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
Alex Freeland steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
Slider. Middle inside.
Right through there for a strike.
Now just a cement mixer slider right there. It's a great pitch to hit if you can recognize it early and jump on it.
Good job to fight that one off.
Overhand curve. Low inside.
2 down, nobody on. And now 1 and 2.
Overhand curve. Low middle.
This one popped up. Guerrero settles underneath it. And that is that. The Jays get a pair on this homer. It's now a 5-3 ball game. Back now for the bottom of the 6th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Blake Trinan. He last pitched 2 days ago. Addison Barger getting ready to hit. 1 for 2. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. Man aboard on the leadoff single. And next for Toronto, Kazuma Okamoto. This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. 1 down. Now it's going to be Dalton Varsho. Barger stands at first with 1 out. Now a quick throw to first, and he's back in there. That one is absolutely belted. Carrying well. And it is gone. He sends one out the opposite way, and they throw a pair on the board. It's 7-3.
That's an impressive swing of the bat to go over the wall to the opposite field gap. And, you know, there are a lot of guys that just don't have the pop to do that, and probably just as many who don't have the approach either. He let that ball travel, and he got great extension on the follow-through to drive it out of here.
Now here is Ernie Clement. 2 runs across in the inning here in the bottom of the 6th. Fought off foul.
Got to be careful here. This is the type of hitter that can punish you even with pitches outside the zone.
0-2 now. Got him. That's out number 2. 2 outs, base is empty. Andres Jimenez will hit next. Out towards right center field. Call. Moving under it. And that's the 3rd out. The Jays get a pair on this homer. It's now a 4-run lead at 7-3. Back here at Rogers Center, top of inning number 7, Shohei Ohtani steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Swing and a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning. Miguel Rojas at the plate. And the first pitch misses for ball one.
Well, these guys definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ballgame.
Cutter. Low outside.
Left field, way back there. That's got a chance. Can't get there, and now maybe extra bases. Here's Ohtani flying around third. He'll score easily. It's 7-4.
Well done. Narrows the deficit with the RBI there. Now a huge at-bat in this game coming up.
And now here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Number 62 on the pitch out of the pen here. And that is in for a strike. And it's 0-1.
Low inside.
Popped up. Guerrero settles underneath it. Puts it away for the out. And there's one down. So now with one away and a man at second, there's Freddie Freeman down.
Some hitters are just more confident they can track that first pitch out of the hand of the pitcher. They don't care if they fall behind 0-1.
High fly ball lifted in the air right field. Barger takes it in for the out. 2 away. Andy Pappas steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Fastball for a strike. Runner at second, 2 down. Here in the top half of inning number 7. Close, but call the ball. And the count even 1-1. There's a strike.
Slider. Low outside.
Fouls it off, still 1-2.
Well, he missed a hittable off-speed pitch right there. Not sure exactly with the timing. Sometimes you get a backup breaking ball. You're expecting it to make its move at the end. It never does, and you're tied up.
Now a pop-up on the infield. And that is that. The Jays push across a run on this double. It's now a 7-4 ball game. Bottom of the 7th. Here's the Toronto catcher, Brandon Valenzuela. There's a swing and a drive. And foul ball. Swings through the sweeper. Off the mark there. It's a ball and 2 strikes. That one 95 to finish him off. Here's George Springer, and the way he's going in this one, we've been waiting for his spot to come around again.
All right, listen, everyone, stop what you're doing right now. This guy's got 2 home runs already. Now he's going for number 3.
Ball 1.
This one popped up. 2 down. It appears Dave Roberts is going to dig into his bullpen as he comes out of the dugout to make the change. Blake Trinan won't go any further tonight. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute. So the Dodgers have a new arm on the mound, Jack Dreyer.
Bringing in the lefty with the left-handed hitter coming up to hit. Classic bullpen move right here, so we'll see how it works out.
Swing and a ground ball. Freeland. And the lefty reliever does his job. Just one pitch to get the inning-ending ground out. Nothing to it for the Blue Jays. They hold a 7-4 lead. Leading off, Alex Call.
Right fielder, Alex Call.
Not what he's looking for there, the 0-0 count. Looks like he wants the ball down in his own.
Four-seam fastball. Low inside.
And a foul ball. He stays alive.
High inside.
Got him swinging.
Well, that high four-seam fastball has become such a great pitch for pitchers to finish hitters off. They're trying to stay back with 2 strikes, make sure that they can handle something off speed, and just with good spin rate, good rotation through the zone, elevate it a little bit, get a lot of swings and misses, and that's a really nice job right there.
Next offering is fouled back. The Blue Jays leading by 3, and we're in the top of the 8th. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Nice, doubled up with the slider for that punch out. The one before just caught the zone, so as a hitter, you have to protect right there. Great pitch to just expand a little bit more. He got that chase he was looking for. That right there is good pitching.
And that'll do it. Nothing doing for the Dodgers here, and they're on the wrong end of a 7-4 score. Back now in Toronto. On to the bottom of the 8th. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now at the plate. This one in the air right field. Call towards the line. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. 1 pitch and 1 out. Now it's the right fielder, Addison Barger. Ripped, but it curls foul. In the air to left center. Rojas has a beat on it. 2 down.
That's a really nice play, ranging back into the outfield for that catch. We all know those can be a little tricky, especially if the wind's swirling around out there.
Swings and blasts one deep to left center. And that gets down into the gap. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. In safely. It's a double and his 2nd hit.
Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
They hold him at third. 90 feet away with 2 out. Ernie Clement next up for the Blue Jays. 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts and a strikeout. Shortened the bunt and missed it. It's 0-1. Bunts it, but he can't keep it fair. Looked like the safety squeeze there. Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third. Got him. That's the inning. Blue Jays 7 and the Dodgers 4. Back here at Rogers Center. All set to start the 9th in this one. Alex Freeland steps in. New pitcher now for the Jays, Jeff Hoffman. Fastball for a strike. 0-1.
Middle inside.
Swings through that one.
Four-seam fastball. Low inside.
Up the middle. What a stop. Throw to first, and they get the out. Back to the top of the order. Next is the Dodger DH, Shohei Ohtani.
Splitter. Low inside.
Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2. Ground ball right side. Clement tosses to first. Now 2 away. So it's their last chance in this one. And next for LA, Miguel Rojas.
Sinker.
2 down, nobody on. Up the middle, into the outfield, base hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. Timing on the swing was good, able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
Here comes the 0-1.
Sinker. Low inside.
They're down to their final strike.
Four-seam fastball. High inside.
That's ripped into the outfield. Hauls it in, and that's the ball game.
Well, Vic, 4 games wasn't too long of a losing streak, but they're definitely happy to be back in the win column. Now you can turn things around, get on the right track, and probably start a winning streak from here.
This one finishes with a final of 7-4. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
Someone call a paramedic, I'm on fire. We don't get together, then we all die. They ain't feeling sympathetic for the small guy. I don't think I'ma regret it when the cars fly. Ain't nothing really like it used to. Wake the neighbors up like a rooster. It's a booster, help me see the future. I believe in karma, so let's do some. I know you cooped up. I know that LA running, I'll call a Uber. I know that LA weather got you confused, but when you walk in my house, pick your shoes up. I let my chain swing.